Okay, welcome back. So, um, going to be installing Windows 11 and also setting up the VM to do DDA, discrete device assignment, and then we'll do some testing and see how everything works out. So, uh, for this, it's on my other screen right now, but I will put the link in the description in case if you guys want to set it up. If you have some spare computer parts or whatever, and you're like, you know what, forget everything I've done, I'm doing this now, then, I mean, everything's on the cloud pretty much anyways, so if you really wanted to do it, I say you can download the Server 2012 evaluation period. Just remember that the CD key, the license keys for these are pretty expensive, and I sort of have a business use case scenario for this. So if you do decide to do it, just know that there is some cost, but you do get a 160, 180-day evaluation period. So, that's always good. I think it's like what, 4 months or something like that. So, you can make sure and test it out for your use case scenario. And if it works and you think it's worth the money and it provides value to you, then you can make that decision for yourself. But right now, I'm just gonna say like I'm using this uh, as of well, I already have some idea, but I'm using that as a follow-up guide, like just to for, and I will be putting that link in the description. So let's begin by installing. Don't need the product key yet. So these are things, when I do get product keys and stuff like that, then like I said, this is for testing purposes and everything like that. And once I'm using the evaluation version, so I'm pretty sure once I get everything going, then it'll be a-okay. So as you can see, I can install it directly to the hard drive, so it's just like a regular Windows installation. But I'll get like a volume license key, and then I'll just start up with like 5 machines kind of thing. Because the one good thing is like once you start going into Azure, Microsoft Azure, which is like their cloud-based Active Directory server functionality thing, cloud service. Um, Once you make all those VMs and you connect it to the server, they'll all be on the same local network. So for like things like CS:GO and things like that, that you can play local tournament like LAN area network. You can have your own local tournaments, and nobody has to go anywhere. Like you just have to, if you like say want to reserve machines technically, then you can reserve the 5 machines for a couple hours, because I think you can tie everything to the Microsoft calendar, and then, or I think even maybe even to the like your Google Calendar even, and like you can make reservations and use the machines at certain times, like do stuff like that kind of thing. So it really all depends, like, because you can have, like, I was just thinking about that, like, since they're all on the same network, you can have like crazy like tournaments. You know what I mean? Maybe just do 6 computers. It'd be like crazy to do 12 computers, and then you can have 6-on-6 tournaments, like do team battles and stuff like that. But that's like not in the far future, but a little ways away. Okay, so now we can reset. Wait. Getting ready. My goodness. Did I give these VMs again? Faster than this. But that's Windows for you. There we go. I guess it kind of does take that long too on when you first start it up on your PC as well. Definitely probably going to look into getting a Ryzen 9 just for the extra CPUs. Hopefully I find a nice good like 5950 cheap somewhere though. As people get broke, then prices might go down again. Especially February when everybody's thinking about Valentine's Day. That's the time to usually buy computer parts. Skip. there's a specific computer that I want to restore from because it has specific settings. Hello. All right. That is done. Yeah. I should have just paused this, but you get to enjoy the wait times with me now. So I guess as this is doing its thing, oh, it's restoring from my PC, that's why. So I'm just gonna make sure and read out some things so that way you understand exactly what we're about to do next. So starting with Windows Server 2016, you can use Discrete Device Assignment, DDA, to pass an entire PC device into a virtual machine. Let me bring this over. Doing so allows high performance access to devices like NVMe storage or graphics cards from within a VM while being able to apply the device's native drivers. Now, because I installed it directly to the NVMe or to the um, because I installed it directly the to the hard drive already, because it's only a 112 gig hard drive anyways, so it's really technically two computers at best you could make with it. But I might do that after. Really, this is just to test it out. But I could probably do two computers. I just don't want to split up the graphics card right now because then I'd have to split up the well, I don't really have to split up the graphics card. One will use the Nvidia and one VM I would just devote the my internal, and then give it like, you know, like the Nvidia, I would just give it, I think I just need to give it like 24 gigs of RAM, and then, well, probably I just have to give it like 24, no, I'd have to give it 16 gigs of RAM, and then the um, for the other VM, I'd have to give it 32 gigs of RAM. So that way it'd be like 48, or would it be 48? Am I doing my math correctly here? It'd be it'd be just enough pretty much to, yeah, it'd be 48, because it'd be just enough to, I could probably put more on, I could probably do 24 on the Nvidia, and then 32, and then there'd be just 8 gigs left for Windows Server to run. And like I said in my previous video, all you really need is, like, I could give it 30, because server is so lightweight, or 28, as long as you have just 4 gigs running for it to run, then it really just needs about 4 gigs to run properly, if you're, because it's, everything is just going to be used in virtualization. So you're not going to be doing much on the server like you wouldn't, because when you are, it, like, think of it like a server hybrid function. You know what I, like, if you needed to become a server, it can become a server. If you needed to become a, I don't want to use all my monitors, so show options. Just want to see, because there's always some issue with this. I forgot what you have to do to make this work. There's a setting you have to do. See, because everything's here. Oh, what was it? Do that later.